Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. I just can't help but smile as I listen to the rainfall here at the office and look outside to some nice cool weather, and the radar shows that majority of the territory had a beneficial rain. So it's a wonderful way to end a very wild and crazy week here in Moundridge, Kansas. But as we look at our farm margin index for September the 7th, 2012, you'll notice that our profitability over here on the 2013 side stayed relatively the same, with corn being up a little bit on dry land and wheat being up a couple dollars an acre. But the real interesting thing to watch is, when you look at 2013 over here on dry land and irrigated corn versus irrigated and dry land beans, how the market's telling us that we really need more corn next year, and most of us can understand that with the lack of supply we're experiencing this year. Once again, this just shows you more of a micro version of how we come up with our information for our farm margin report based off of local prices at Groveland, Kansas, and local retail expenses. Wanted to give a quick update on our crop insurance base price. As of today, we are 77% through the averaging period, and we estimate the base price to be at $8.73. Now remember, next week we'll start figuring the volatility into this base price, but if we were just to assume the price was our estimated $8.73 today, that would give you $334 an acre of guaranteed revenue, which is up right at $1 from last week. So our next topic that I want to visit with just shortly about is, what do we do with that corn we have in the elevator right now? And most of us are extremely nervous and have been upset over many different things when it comes to this year's corn crop. The potential was great. Our yields came in slightly better than we thought, but still in that middle, that 40 to 50 bushel range for the majority of our territory. And it's just kind of left us not knowing exactly what to do. And so I took a copy of TMA's profit matrix to kind of help give you a visual of what's going on. When we started the year here with an 80 bushel APH, and the price was at $7.73, we'd be looking at estimated revenue of $229 an acre of revenue, which would have been off the charts for 2000 for dry land corn here throughout our territory. In turn, we grew between 40 and 56 bushel corn, and we're going to net out, estimating, of course, at about $112 to $108 of revenue on the farm. So when you look back over time, that's a phenomenal level. So what I would encourage you to do is to take an active role in managing that risk, because remember, your harvest price isn't established on corn until it's the October average of the December corn futures. And this is the same picture on irrigated corn. Only difference is most of our irrigated yields have been coming in significantly higher than APHs, but the same message holds true. Let's make sure we manage proactively on the revenue we have available today, because if your yields are coming in anywhere between 180 and 200, you're going to have a wonderful opportunity to lock in revenue that we've never had the opportunity to see before. So this graph does a wonderful job of showing us where we're at. It's a chart of the December 12 corn futures that starts back in April and goes all the way through today. And the blue line represents where we closed at today. We broke highs over here, middle to end of August here. We bumped up in that 840 closing ranges, and we're 40 cents off our highs. So let's make sure that we do whatever we can, whether it be some sort of a price management contract, like a rally catcher contract, an averaging contract, or a minimum price contract, to really define that risk and still be able to capture some of the moves going higher in this marketplace. An example here was you can invest roughly 5% of the overall futures price today, or about 40 cents, to stay in the marketplace and have that risk defined. So for more information on that, feel free to contact one of our grain marketing specialists. So what's moving this market right now? Harvest progress is still huge. That's making the futures and also having an impact on our local basis levels. But the USDA report next week is getting a lot of chatter, as long as overall world supply and demand issues, different things popping up, either whether it be the Ukraine, whether it be in Australia or other parts of the world, that are causing our markets to move. So for more additional information, feel free to contact one of our grain marketing or crop insurance specialists, and have a wonderful weekend, and go Cats.